Oh, welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, my friends from Beihong, if that's how you pronounce it, have sent me a battery operated 6-inch mini chainsaw to review and try. So let's have a little look. It's in a nice handy carrying case, and you never seem to be able to put everything back how it was packed when it arrives. Instructions very clear, very easy to understand, very clear. The link will be in the description below. All the safety advice, and then it moves on to other languages. Safety glasses, there's no CE mark on there, but they would probably suffice to stop any dust getting in your eyes. Some gloves, I always recommend using proper chainsaw gloves, and I can see Skylar running off with those. I'll just move those actually. Clumsy. Move them well out of the way. This saw comes with a spare chain. Now the chains on these should last a long time anyway, even without sharpening. You'd have to check what size round file you would need. Several tools. We've got the guard, we've got to assemble that. The actual charger, this has all been out because I've charged everything up ready. Minimal charge in them for transport. 2 batteries, so I would imagine they would last a reasonable amount of time, and I do like the idea on this model having an idea of how much charge you've got left. Other ones that I've reviewed haven't got that, but we'll see how it goes. We won't be running it for long, so we won't know how long the batteries last, but these batteries do normally last quite a while for those jobs in and around your gardens and growing spaces. So in the bag we've got the nut and bolt, and the guard, useful spanner, and a flat end if that's required, and a little posi drive there to assist you. So we'll get that fitted now. I'll just going to check the instructions. So that's the guard on, so just adjust it to however you feel. Keep an eye on the nut in case it comes loose. Notice that there's no battery on at the moment while we're messing about with it. One of the better safety features on this model is you can't press the trigger unless you've got your finger on the button. So you're in full control of that, and it's one-handed, so you keep this hand well away, because you don't stitch wounds that are opened up with the chainsaw. This chain is fitted, but just make sure you've got the chain on the right way. If you have to assemble it, it cuts that way, so you want the cutting teeth and the guide there to do the cutting. When you sharpen the teeth, you also have to take that down, because that denotes how big wood chips are, and there is a mark on there for the minimum depth that you can actually file that down to, and the teeth, and then you change the actual chain. So it should last quite a while. Oil reservoir, you pump that. Sounds like it's doing something, so we'll top that up with oil. Now everybody knows if you're got a petrol or gas chainsaw, you're going to be awkward to fill. What I use is one of the fairy liquid bottles that we get here in the UK. It's got, well, I was going to say non-drip, and it's all gone over the floor, but I'm just squeezing up in there, and I will be lubricating the bar as well. I don't trust a lot of these. I don't even trust the gas chainsaws, the petrol chainsaws either. I always like to make sure there's plenty of oil, because metal against metal doesn't work. You've got to make sure you pump that. I'm going to pump it a few times now to see if we get any oil out of it, and then we'll give it a little run to see how well this oiling system works on this this model. Well, 2 pumps and the oil went round okay. Let's just see. I can't see any oil at the moment, so I'm just going to take the battery off. Just check the chain as well, that's how it should be. Not sure how hard you're supposed to press. Oh, you see the oil dripping out there now. Just pop the battery back on. Oh, are we been right? I'm not sure whether you can see that, but the actual splash of the oil there. So I would fully trust that to make sure it's got plenty of oil. So seeing that, I wouldn't have to apply any extra oil to the chain and bar. Right, let's give it a test. So this is ideal for pruning trees, etc. But my main purpose is collecting fallen branches to keep my log store well sorted. I've just noticed some chain oil there. Don't want to get that on my hands, so I'll just wipe that off. Right, we'll give this a whirl then. That's cut quite nice. There is, remember the safety feature there, that ribbon there is where you butt up against the log to give you a bit of grip, and just the action will help you cut through the larger bits of wood. Give it 1 pump. I would rate it 1 pump every, say, 10 cuts. I'm just going to get a thicker piece of wood now to give it a whirl, see how it does. You might be thinking, what's the secret, Raffle? Well, it's a secret. You know my raffles. If you want a raffle ticket, look out in the description below, and over in the next few videos it will all come apparent. Don't rush it, let the chain and saw do all the work. Don't force it. So that's cut through there nicely. You should be able to cut 1.5 times the length of the bar coming in from the other angle as well, but this is more of a pruning saw than hacking a complete tree down. And I've just noticed that the chain is just sagging a little bit. Battery off. Now you can see the chain is a little bit slacker now, which you'll always get with a new chain, so always check your chain when you first start using them. The reason the chain come loose, this nut wasn't fully tightened, so do check yours if you do purchase one. The link is in the description below, and we've got the chain. Maybe I haven't tightened that up, so basically you just need to use the screwdriver there, tighten it up, tighten that nut up before we it's better. Just a little bit different to how my main chainsaw does, so I'm happy with that. We'll give you a further update later on in the year when I do a review of the chainsaw, battery chainsaws that I've reviewed or going to review. Let's go and have a little look in the grow room, which is now bare, fresh. Sticky strips up. And all we've got now, I've had a little go at taking some cuttings off some fuchsias and some of those, and we've got some more lettuce, spring onions on the go, but other than that it's now completely empty. And so, like I say, these were fresh stickies, and I'm going to keep these up all year round to catch any that are flying about. Next job is to give it a good clean out, ready for the winter. I've cheated a little bit. If you check out the playlist for garden makeover, the stream's gone and the pond's gone. Not that pond, that's the dog's pond, but the stream is still under there as drainage for the big pond. And then when we get the new summer house, which will be 2 foot wider and the full width up to the gate, I've got to do the base and everything, but it's a good head start. And we'll just spread the stone out for now, because we'll have to move all this stone again, clean it and sift it. But happy with a couple of days good work there. And our old dog Tia is now nicely raised up. We've used the blocks from the paths, reused those so that Skylar can't get his leg right up in the air and kill the plants with his urine. And the plastic plants are working well. They don't smell like flowers. You know what they smell like, guys. He does love to wee up that one.